are dealing with something that has never
Yo.
appeared on this planet.
What's up, chat? Yo. Nice early morning stream. How's it going, chat? Sorry, chat. I know. Some of you guys are like, where the hell were you, damn it? I just had woken up late and then
Do you need to go through an entire quest line just to find a razor? BLEP.
yeah, see, it's a massive quest. It takes many days to get to that razor. But yeah, sorry for running late, chat. It's just I woke up late and then I had some family stuff to take care of and everything. It was just honestly, I was, you know, I don't know, like I kind of like had a headache. I was sitting there like, damn, is it worth streaming? Like, is the stream gonna suck? But you know, after taking forever, I was like, you know what? I just want to hang with the peeps, you know. Like I was like, I just want to, like I wanted to stream to feel just to get back in the groove of just hanging out with you guys, because I don't know, I was feeling a little bit low energy there for a bit, I guess. So anyways, I'm live right now. I don't know how high my energy is. You guys may be a little bored today. What's up, Barble? How late? Yeah, I know. I was running late today. Today's probably a shorter stream. In fact, we'll go ahead and do our second shop, and then our run is going to be. Let's just do a roulette run today. I know a lot of you guys don't go crazy for the roulettes, but well, since today we're getting a late start, I'm kind of just like a little bit out of it right now. I feel like I'm just read your suggestion. What was yours? Build a wand with air burst and water trail. Transform to snow and stone, and something else as damage payload, plus several bosses for your Ask the Gods choice. I mean, we'll do something. The thing is, I don't know if I want to do like any intended fungal shifting and all that right now, because I don't want to like think my way through it and then all that crap. So we'll go ahead and just do a roulette run for today. This looks all, look at this. What the hell? Did I shit myself on this mountain? What the hell? What happened over here? I guess I wasn't watching. We did requirement spells like 2 months ago. We're fine. Also, Dunk, let's do roulette. Well, the difference is the requirement spells is a very specific objective. Roulette's just supposed to be like a random adventure. It is like the same. You're saying like, oh, we do roulettes all the time, but the roulettes are saying, hey, pick a random simple adventure. That's the idea. So let's do a roulette run. I'll even open the bets for you guys, and it will just be Noita roulette daily run. Bets are open. Get your predictions in. If you don't know what a roulette run is, it's pretty much like if you're just hopping into a run of Noita and somebody behind you said, oh, by the way, on your run, you need to kill this many bosses, grab this many orbs, and do this many fungal shifts. We're letting a random number generator tell us what we have to do. It will select our adventure for us. And then I have to stick to that adventure. No saying, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, this is too many bosses. No, you have to do it exactly as it says. All right, everything is set up. Mods are all turned off. When we jump into the daily, it's probably going to put us on the not correct daily. Put us on the wrong daily. Classic. Classic Noita. We're in, boys. Wait, actually, hold on. Yeah. Everything's working. Ooh, Spark Bolt, Firebolt, Freezing Liquid. What's the challenge? We are doing a Noita roulette run. That's what the bet is right now. Essentially, it's a pretty basic run. We don't know how many bosses we're going to kill, how many fungal shifts we're going to do, how many orbs we're going to collect, but whenever we reach the first holy mountain, I'll let a random number generator tell us how many we're going to have to do. We're going to do 0 to 11 for each category. What's the chat? Oh, chat, you guys are heroes. You're heroes. I always forget, man. That could have gone badly. Why am I grabbing an orb if we don't know how many we're going to need today? Because we could roll 0 orbs as the roulette. That is possible. So I think I'm going to empty out my freezing liquid and grab this water. Though you could use the freezing liquid. There is a pro Noita move that I pretty much never do. But some of the elite Noita players utilize it all the time. And What happened? Was it that weird? Was it that weird? It's... Why is he using a microscope to smell? What the fuck? Not a microscope. God, not a telescope. Dude, hold on, my brain. I can remember without you guys. I want to call it a telescope. Not a microscope. Magnifier glass. I remembered. Took me a moment. My brain was lagging. A little bit of brain lag today, okay? I just woke up several hours ago. Wish you had a brain moment. Yeah, was, you know, hey, I found it, all right? It took me. It was buffering. Listen, Twitch usernames are difficult to know what the hell they say because they're all in lowercase on the resub thing. So then I'm just like, oh, it's probably just some random bullshit. Then you find out it was just like a basic sentence all crammed together. It's like, oh, whoops. I wanna be like Mike. Ooh, yo, nice. 2 hearts already. Barely explored the zone. So the pro gamer move with the freezing liquid is that you go over to the tree, you spawn the worms, like you use one of those eggs to spawn a worm. You shoot one of the worms, he'll bleed a tiny bit of worm blood, and then all you have to do is scoop up even 1 pixel of worm blood in the freezing liquid, and the whole flask will turn into worm blood. And then now you have an entire flask of worm blood, which you can drink, and it allows you to see through walls and all kinds of stuff. That's what I would do if I was a Giga Brain, but I am Tiny Brain. And so what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to pour that shit out, and I'm going to scoop up some water. Worm blood, my beloved and nightmare. Yes, that's where I've seen a lot of the Giga Chad Noita players that do wind streaking and stuff. They utilize that quite often, the worm blood. Oh, god damn it, it's all turning it into chili water. I don't want chili water. Get that shit out of here. I want the good stuff. Just regular old water. It'd be nice if ! lock our cosmetics so getting a new one doesn't auto-equip. So if you don't want it to auto-equip, if you type !deposit space the slot. So !buy space 1 buys the first cosmetic and auto-equips it. !deposit space 1 purchases the cosmetic but does not auto-equip it. I know it's, yeah, DunkBot 2.0, better systems in the future. Holy shit, what a wand. That's kind of badass for this early. The hell? That is a bit crazy. What's the spread on this thing? 9 degrees. Okay, well, it makes sense. Can't have everything the way you want it. Have you turned off the streamer luck mod? Listen, haters, this is a daily run, so if you don't believe, you think I'm some kind of hacksaw hacking in the mega loots, just load up your daily run. And you should have the exact same stuff I have. Oh, that's kind of scary. I should have grabbed that immediately. Should have left the missile on the ground. Alright, screw you, firebolts. We are getting missiles. Ooh, look here. Alright, use that. This is a puzzle. Scoop up the oil. And if you're ever running low on oil, remember, water sits below the oil. So we can use the water to push the oil a little bit higher. So we get the puzzle wand, and this is kind of disappointing, actually. It's not the worst thing ever. Plasma Cutter does give you a way out of the very first Holy Mountain, so I shouldn't be ungrateful. It's to be like, okay, well, at least we have a guaranteed method out of the first mountain, and it does dig, so it has that going for it. Dunk if you lose this, I swear. Me? Lose? Nah. Do you know how to swim? Is there enough water in Texas for such frivolities? Such frivolous activities? Frivolities? Yes. This may come as a shock to you. We do have water. Yes, I know how to swim. I think that's a very important skill to have. It's one of those that, you know, if you're a person out there listening, I know it, especially if you're older and stuff, you're thinking, it's not what, it's like one of those things that you can learn in a day, at least get a basic understanding. I'm not saying you're going to be a pro swimmer after one day, but just have the basics of it down. You can learn it in one day, and it just kind of becomes like a relief, right? If you're ever around a huge body of water and you fall in, you're not like, oh, Garen, like I'm dead. All for a skill that will take you just one day to figure out. When you're with little kids, it takes a little longer in a day. But if you're an adult and you have a good teacher, you can learn that shit in a day. No problem. Just never touch water. I mean, it doesn't mean that you need to go swimming or something. I'm not saying that you should be like, you need to swim all the time. Shit, I can't remember the last time I swam. Actually, I do remember the last time I swam. Last time I swam was 5 years ago, and I hadn't been swimming in forever. And the only reason I was swimming was because I was teaching my girlfriend how to swim. Because she's an adult, but she didn't know how to swim. And I was like, you need to learn this skill. I'm going to teach you how to swim. She learned, and so now she knows how to swim. And that way I don't have to be worried if we were ever around a large body of water and she fell in. I'm not just like, well, she's fucked. Like, I can be like, okay, she knows how, she's got the basics down. She can survive. If you explain chainsaw in 20 minutes, how long you teach to swim? Well, the thing is, with swimming, it's not really one of those things that, I mean, yeah, there is verbal stuff, especially for an adult. A kid is really hard to, like, get it through with just words. A lot of it is like experience. That's why it takes them usually a little bit longer. But everybody learns at their own pace. But adults usually, since they have a little more life experience, you can kind of explain things in a way to help them pick up the skill a little quicker. Just grab them and let them kick for 20 minutes until they figure it out. I mean, kind of. A lot of those people that, you know, old school, they have that old school mentality. I'm sure there's people that are watching the stream. They're like, yeah, my parents taught me to swim by just shoving me into a pool. It's kind of how it goes. You're just like, there you go. And then like you'd like fucking drown in for a moment, pick you up, sit you at this side, later on, throw you back in there. And eventually you're like, all right, I know how to swim. After enough of those, eventually you just start to swim. Yeah, that's how my grandpa taught literally all of his grandkids. Yeah, it's a common thing. I'm not saying it's necessarily the best way. Doesn't probably cause a little bit of trauma to some kids. Give them a fear of water. But it is like how they did it. Because, you know, it's just like, just kind of push them in there and they'll eventually get used to it. I nearly drowned when I was 2. And then I didn't learn how to swim properly for years afterwards. I'm sure, it probably caused some kind of trauma. Maybe some fear. It's crazy. There are videos where people teach like little babies, like and they learn to swim. It seems kind of dark. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a professional on teaching babies to swim, but if you ever watch how they do it, it's kind of crazy. You're like, you see this baby, they just throw him in a pool, but obviously they don't leave the baby in the pool, but they kind of just toss him in there because you can't be wording stuff to like a 6-month-old. You can't be like, all right, baby, listen up. You need to move your arm like this. It's not gonna work. So they just throw them in the pool, and then just like you just keep doing this. They literally just throw them in the pool, and they kind of like they watch them struggle for a bit, and then they lift them out, and then they got this whole routine for it. It's like it's funny because there's YouTube like tutorials on it where there's like people teaching babies to swim, and if you just jump into a random part of it, it seems pretty extreme because they're just pretty much yeeting a baby into a pool. So it makes it seem really aggressive because you're like, holy shit. Apparently that's how the pros do it. That's how they teach them. I think that's just baptizing. I mean, also true, but I think they were teaching them to swim. The reason they do that is because if you have like a 6-month-old, there's been many cases where, you know, even if you have like a baby lock on the fence, all this crap, they'll have all this stuff in place, but there's been so many instances of somehow a kid finding their way to the pool and drowning. So parents do that as a precaution in case of emergency, like some freak scenario of the kid getting access to the pool with no adults being around, knowing that they'll at least be able to survive makes sense. Me, I'm the kind that if I had kids, especially that young, I'd just rather not have a pool. I'd rather not have to stress about that problem. But if you already have one, better teach them to swim. One of my relatives actually, when he was like, I don't know, like 4 or some shit, fell into a pool, and it was actually around, so, you know, like certain times of the year, you know, wintertime and all that, they cover the pool, they put a cover on top of it, and that way you don't get it like just with leaves and all that, because you're not swimming in it anyways. Well, when he fell in, he fell and slipped under the pool cover, and there was no adults around. And the only reason they found him is because they had like a little dog. It was a, damn it, I think it was a wiener dog. I can't remember which kind of dog it was, but it was just going nuts. It was just barking out there, and one of the adults came out there to see what the hell, why the dog was going so crazy. And they found out that he had slipped under the pool cover. He survived, he lived, but it fucked him up. Like, you know, they had to, yeah, drag his ass out of there, and he was pretty messed up. But he lived. What the dog doing? Yeah, the little dog was just barking his head off, and they were like, what the heck is his problem? Found out there was a kid under the pool cover. Alright, first mountain it is. Lucky guy, all things considered. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he literally only lived because they had the family wiener dog happen to be outside at the same time that he was. Otherwise, they just would have drowned. All right, let's close it up, and let me pull up the Noita Roulette.
Spin.
NoitaRoulette.com. 15 bosses, let's go. It's gonna be 0 to 11 for each roll, not to mislead you. So we can get a 15. All right, everything's closing up. I don't see any last second betters. I think we're all, oh wait. There may be one or two. A doubter? A last second doubter. That's probably somebody going for the dunce cap, right? It's gotta be. Gotta be. All right, bets are closed. It's time. There's no going back. I'm sorry if you didn't get in. You're left in the cold. Roll it, baby. And I won't even look. Watch this. Close my eyes. Wait. Close my eyes. You ready? You ready for this? Is it good? Should I be hype? Chat, should I feel hype? Spin? Does that mean, is that good? I heard a scream. I heard a laugh. What is this bullshit, man? It was supposed to be a chill day. 8 shifts, 10 orbs, 10 bosses. All right, hold on. 8 shifts, 10 orbs, 10 bosses. So we're really at the mercy of the shifts to find out how bad this run is going to be. Because if we get some really rough fungal shifts, this could get ugly. Don't worry, we're fine. We'll make it through our journey today. 8, 10, 10. That's what I got to remember. 8, 10, 10. What does the mountain have for us? Give me something nice. Ooh, black hole. That is something nice. Ooh, those are also pretty interesting. How are you going to fight an 11 orb boss? By not fighting him, because it's a 10 orb boss. I see what you're trying to do there. Trying to brainwash me. Yeah, you're right. Toxic Sludge may not actually be that bad considering fungal shifts. Good point. Good point. It's okay. Dunk murdered my streak last week, mulling about. It'll be fine. You make one little mistake and chat never lets you hear the end of it. Yeah, I'll go with the toxic immunity. I was kind of tempted to go with blood money. But oh well. Alright, we got this. Meh, actually, do like this. It's fine. You can freezing gaze, Steve, yeah. I mean, I kind of statue kicked him, but we'll probably use it for the other ones. Oh wait, somebody suggested something I was about to... My brain. Oh, freezing gaze. Yeah, I want to have that for the next Steves. And it's available to insta him if we need it. Homing plasma cutter is my favorite. It's a little scary, but it is like huge damage. So there's no denying that it is powerful. And since we pissed off the gods, what does that mean, chat? Early pissing off the gods. So early black hole. What move should I make? What's the obvious move? Let's see if anybody... Who gets it first? Who gets it first? Who's thinking ahead? Who's thinking like a true Noiter? I don't see it. I don't see any true Noiters around there. Suicide for the doubters. That's not what I'm looking for. You failed the test. You will not be passing the 3rd grade. I'm sorry. You'll have to repeat it. Sorry, Professor. What was the question? Suziter is the only one that I saw get... Oh, wait. No, Jester actually was the first person, I believe. Yes, but the answer was... If you have an early black hole... and I want to get as much juice, much strength from it as possible, what do I do with it? And Jester, I think, was the first person, the first one I saw say it, which is you check out the next holy mountain as quick as possible, because we already know that we have a method to kill Steve, and we have black hole, which is the important part, because it allows us to easily dig right back up to where we are, because you know the gods are pissed off, so there's no reason to avoid it, unless you're really afraid of Steve, I guess. Unless you're like, oh my god, Steve is so dangerous. But you shouldn't really be that afraid of Steve. Ooh, this is a pretty good find for us. In fact, grab that. Yeah, Latalie's right. We could even go to the music note room if you're really wanting to power up. That's true too. Early black holes, and well, early plasma cutter as well. Means that you can get to those early notes, do some crazy stuff. Not so crazy about that. Let me put this in a safe spot. Hopefully, it's not the best spot, but whatever. Can you describe the best trip in your life? Was it in the US or you had journey somewhere else? Best trip of my life? I don't really have any trip that I would say like, oh, it was some crazy special trip. I mean, I had little like trips when I took when I was a kid, I guess a little bit, going to like on a family trip to like, well, you guys would laugh because it's Galveston, which is like, at the time, you know, as a kid, I'm like, this is what the ocean is like. Galveston is basically just a big ass lake. The real ocean would be like, you know, one like the like Florida or California or some shit. Then it's like, oh my god, the water's blue. But Galveston, you know, the Gulf of Mexico, that's just this is a lake with waves. I don't know. I remember just having fond memories of that as a kid. But I wouldn't really say like as an adult I've ever taken any trips. I was like, ooh, that was what a magical trip that was. But then again, I haven't really taken many vacations as an adult, so haven't given it the opportunity. Okay, I do want those digging bolts. How do I utilize this? Just gotta remember that there's a blood mountain. We jump into here. I saw mountains for my first time at 22. Dude, same. Like, I was... Actually, no, I did see it once when I was, like 12 or some shit. Oh, wait. Yeah, actually, maybe like 10. That's where the spider story comes from. I remember seeing the bathroom filled with tarantulas because I was driving to New Mexico and stuff, and I saw some mountains then. I had this prepared just in case. Heavy spread, heavy spread. We really need those digging bolts. It is. That perks are pretty meh. God damn it. Hey, I'm kind of new to Noita, trying to understand the build and build some divide by modifier wands. Oh boy. I'm using mods and copying exactly wands from the wiki and from Reddit to do X times 800 modifiers. None of them even shoot a projectile. Has something changed or an idea why it doesn't work? They should be correct. Make sure you're using wiki GG and not fandom. But there hasn't been any significant changes, especially if you're using wiki GG. Those builds should be working perfectly. Don't forget that things like the mana pool on your wand can be a factor. You know what I mean? Like if you accidentally shoot a wand and it just doesn't have enough mana to execute what you have set up on it. My wands have 2,000 mana. Well, feel free to post like if you take a pull up your wands like this and then took a little screenshot of it so that we could see it and then share it with chat. Then we could see if we could find out what's going on there. There's a lot of crazy Noita scientists in our community that probably could figure it out pretty quick. Oh boy. Ruh-roh. Oh yeah, I didn't even grab the speed up. Whoops. I found a little bit of lava. Just a little bit. That'll be fun to deal with. Plasma. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of plasmas on this. Try to get it. I'll probably get it whenever I come back. It'll be much easier that way. I don't need to get rid of all of it right now. I'm just trying to get rid of a good chunk. Also, our perk that I was going to grab, I couldn't decide between the extra perk and the electric modifier. The electric immunity, I mean. But both of them shouldn't really factor in too much right now. Let's put that there for a moment. This wand is terrible, but just need to grab something real quick that is over to the left. Oh, maybe it was to the right. It must have been, because there's no way I went this far left, right? I don't think so. Let me check one more mountain before I go ahead in the opposite way. Don't start with me, weebs. Ooh, a chest. Ooh, lame. I find I'm regularly dying to diving headfirst into poly. Is there a method to permanently get rid of that isn't shifts? There are methods. The best way is probably just go with poly immunity. Which, give me one moment to check something real quick here, and then I'll yap about that for a second. Okay, yeah, it must be the other direction. Huh. How did I misalign myself so much? Wow. I mean, almost a great wand. This should be the fungal zone. Is there any easy access badass wands here?
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay?
Swapper.
No more!
Check this one. No! That is kind of a nice wand there. Sorry, I'm just multitasking real quick. Doing this, doing that. Grab this, grab that. And then I already dug through there. If you're curious why we're having such a hard time seeing around, it's because today's daily run, it looks like has the darkness biome modifier in the second zone, which means that you can't see shit. Which is very frustrating. Definitely an anti-fun modifier. I don't like this one. Doesn't make the game necessarily more challenging. It just makes it more tedious because you're like, oh, let me walk all the way over here. Let me walk all the way over there. Very annoying. What was the question I was answering? I said, I'll yap on it in a second. I just want to make sure I get everything in order, and now I can't remember what it was. Poly. Oh, so if you kill a poly mage when you eat their corpse, you actually get poly immunity. So you can actually set up methods to eat lots of poly mages' corpses. Because you gotta remember, if there's a zone, let's say there was a zone that has 100 poly mages, you would be like, oh my god, that zone is so scary. But in a way, that zone is actually really, really helpful. Because when you eat one mage's corpse, you get like 2 or 3 minutes of poly immunity. So whenever the first one killing them is scary because 100 poly mages, they're all just trying to poly you like crazy. You're like, oh my god! But if you kill just one, and it hits the ground and you eat his corpse, you now have poly immunity. So you don't give a shit about the other 99 of them shooting poly at you. You're like, fight me, bitches, because their poly shots are doing nothing to you. So then you just got to find that one, you eat his corpse, and then you run around the mage's den just killing as many poly mages as you can, eating their corpses, and you can actually get quite a bit of poly immunity. Now, you can go extreme, and you can actually set up a farm where it's a poly mage and a resurrection bot right next to each other. And when you kill the poly mage, the resurrection bot brings them back to life. So when you kill them, the corpse sits in the ground, but a new one spawns, and the corpse still stays here. So you can actually eat infinite poly mages corpses with that and get hours and hours of poly immunity, and then you can run around and there's no form of polymorphine that'll work on you. You're immune to all of them. All right, now we have the orbit if we would like it, but I don't think we're gonna need it because a double and a triple, that's a 4-cast. 5.
I've heard that's Dunk's kink as well, Kappa.
Oh, there we go. Mana pool's the issue right now, but this will help us. Will help us stay strong in the beginning. What's the tech with hollow eggs and poly immunity? So it still works. The method still works, but it's a little bit dated, as in there's just better ways to deal with it. But the tech is where whenever if you have an egg with a trigger, right? It's basically it's the only egg that's really useful in certain builds. Where is the egg?
Oh, I really wish you guys could
this one right
see
here.
This guy right now. He
Summon
is
hollow
launched
egg.
in
Summon
sweat.
hollow egg is very different from summon egg. Summon egg just like it cracks and it summons in a creature. It's pretty much all you can do with it. It's pretty annoying. You use in the Sun Quest, that's about it. But summon hollow egg, you can actually build stuff with it. You can actually make useful wand builds. Well, this hollow egg, whenever you shoot it out, let's say you stuck a spell inside the hollow egg, like a shield, and let's say you stick Circle of Vigor inside the hollow egg. Well, the hollow egg, whenever you cast it, it doesn't necessarily break instantly. In fact, you can even cast it into water, and the egg will stay solid. It doesn't break. You can picture this is the egg. I cast it, the egg hits the ground, but it doesn't break. Well, you can walk over and pick the egg up, and it will actually go in your item inventory. You'll see the egg there. And the spells still exist inside that egg. They're still there. If you ever get polymorphed and you have an egg in your inventory that has spells inside of it, they will instantly be cast at the location that you got polymorphed. This is why it's like an emergency, like a backup plan. If somebody can carry like a shield and a heal, just things that protect the player inside of an egg, when a poly shot hits you, yeah, you'll turn into a sheep, but then boom, it drops down a shield around the player. Some people have done some pretty elaborate builds where it even built like a building around the player. Like it literally dropped down a building around the player if they got polymorphed. You just don't see that kind of stuff these days because it's not foolproof. Like there's definitely lots of flaws in the plan. And the other ones are much simpler. Like if you just get tons of tons of repulsion fields, those repel poly shots. If you get 2 repulsion fields in 2 slower projectiles, this makes it so that poly shots are like impossible to hit your character. Not 100% impossible, but a mage, you could literally just stand next to a mage and he can never hit you with his poly shots. Man, that actually hurt me right there. I may even just grab the heal now. I was trying to decide on what our move here is going to be. I still haven't decided. I'm gonna grab this heal, and I'll the other one I still have in the first mountain. I just will grab it in a little bit. 29 HP and swan diving into lava, classic dunk. I didn't. It was just dipping my toes into it, exfoliating the skin. That's all. Yeah, there's lots to still explore in this zone. I really didn't explore a lot of it, but because it's the darkness biome modifier, I just find it to be pretty anti-fun. I'm just moving towards the fungal zone just because I don't want to. I'm chatting over here with you guys, and then I forget where I've gone in this area, and it just annoys me. guy just dies. Consume. Yes, you're right. I need to start doing some consumes. Thank you. In fact, I can probably backtrack to the area that we first entered into the fungal zone. If you've entered into the fungal zone in another area, the fungus has already started growing over there. So we'll go find that. What is this one right here? That was a chance for a heart, didn't get it. Then there was a chance for a heart there, didn't get it. Then there was a chance for a heart there and also didn't get it. So far, RNG not loving us. Another chance for a heart. Got a chest, which then gave us gold, which made me very sad. That's not a bad one, though. A little weird. I guess we have these egg triggers here. I could show you a little bit what I was talking about, but I think you get the idea. It doesn't really leave a lot of room for misunderstanding, I don't think, where it's just like, put spells in egg. When you get polyed, spells fall out of egg. That can be a bad thing, too. Like, you could stick a nuke inside of an egg, hold it in your inventory, and if you get polyed, a nuke will go off. I don't know why you'd want to do that. You'd be like, if I ever get polyed, I want to make sure I super die. But you could. Take them with you? Yeah, you take down the nearby guys. You'll be... The radius of the nuke is good enough that you probably would hit the polymage, too. He'd be in the blast radius. Is it possible to reduce damage via wand building the way that projectile will heal the player? Not a mage trick. To reduce damage via wand building the way that projectile will heal the player. So you want to... Dark Fox, are you saying that I take less damage from enemy projectiles based on my wand build alone? Just the build, nothing to do with perks or anything like that? Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, something kind of cool. I don't really use it very often. Hold on, let me get... There's so many freaking lumps, man. Get them out of here. These lumps are making me angry. Have I still not done a shift? Man, I gotta stop getting distracted. Fungal shift. I just need somewhere that's not contaminated. There was probably some good fungus over here. There we go. We'll eat this. We have to eat over 180 seconds worth, and remember this is part of the Noita roulette. We're not allowed to try to manipulate the shifts because that would go against the whole nature of the challenge. It's got to be pure RNG, which the RNG is seeded, so a lot of people probably already know exactly what the shift will be. There's no avoiding it. Fate has already selected it. There we go. Shift number 1. Help me time these out. Remember, you can only shift every 5 minutes. Noita doesn't let you shift faster than that unless you're playing modded Noita. So shift number 1, water. We still have water, so that means something turned into water, which makes me happy. From your own projectiles. Oh! From my own projectiles hurting me less? I'm a little confused, because there are damage reduction spells. Like, there's quite a few spells that make your own projectiles do less damage. But not to the point where you're like, hey... My Spark Bolt does so little damage that my Spark Bolt actually heals me. That has to be the Weakening Curse, but you said no Weakening Curse trick involved. I was going to say one method that I guess maybe would have qualified for what you were saying is that some people in their builds, they'll use the... it says requirement low health. If the next spell is... the next spell is skipped if you have more than 25% health left. So you could put down the requirement low health and then put something like the Circle of Vigor after it. And then you could stick that inside your damaging wand. So you're over here just shooting just like this wand right here. But if I ever got low health and you have that in the build, it will instantly shoot off the heal the moment your health gets low. Even though you haven't swapped wands or anything, you're using the exact same wand. It's just set to, as long as you're firing it, pretty much detect, oh shit, his health is low, shoot the heal. Fire off the heal! Oh, that's kind of scary. Chaotic Poly. No thank you. Shift 6 removes fungus. Does that make this impossible? No, there's always more methods to get your character high. But, that's good to know that shift number 6 is going to lose it, so that means we have time to set up to get some alternate... methods to get our character high off of materials. Gotta have a... Oh my god! That was kind of scary. Almost regretted not grabbing that that electric immunity. Oh, there's a little robot right there. And we don't really need money, so for fun, we throw a little concentrated mana in there. Watch him slowly melt. Because, oh shit, because concentrated mana does in fact melt steel. Spark triggers, yes, this would be nice. In fact, we don't really need that many digging bolts anyways. Does Mecha Kolmi take damage from concentrated mana? I've never seen it done. I know people have tried some experimentation. I've never seen it done, so I don't think it's possible, but there's many things that I thought were not possible until somebody found a way in Noita. So for now, it seems impossible. Until somebody proves otherwise. I saw a chest. Right around this area, I thought I saw something. Yep, there it is. Arrows. Not what I was looking for. Pretty lame, actually. Dunk, have you made an arrow late game damage one yet? You talking about like that with the kind of arrow that I just passed, or the other? Because there's multiple arrows. You got to remember that. There are this arrow, and then there's also the, I think it's just summon arrow, or no, magic arrow. So obviously we've had some late game builds that use the magic arrows, but I mean spark trigger is just a better form of the magic arrow essentially. This one here, I mean it does have a I want to say it's explosive projectile. Does it only require one? There's some build with it that doesn't require that much. It actually can be kind of nice, but I mean, for the most part, no, I don't really ever find myself using it. Yeah, it has recoil and negation. It also reduces spread. So arrow's one of the few that needs 3. Oh, it's the opposite. It needs extra. Does it benefit? Ow. Does it benefit from acceleration? Can't remember if that was one of them. Yes. Okay, so it does actually gain damage from acceleration. But it also has self-damage, which is the reason why... It's just... There's so many things that it has mechanics to it, but other things just do it better. Like, I don't know why you'd ever want to do an acceleration build with that arrow as opposed to, like, Bouncing Burst. Bouncing Burst is just better for it. Anything good over here? Any mega loots? Not seeing any mega loot. Ow. Okay, okay, that was my own fault. I saw it and just dug right into it. Ooh. More black holes. Alright, we walked all the way back up here. It's not quite, but it is a shorter stream today probably, so maybe I should do the shop pretty soon. Grab this heal. The heal is not really optimal because remember we're supposed to grab 10 orbs a day. So if you're really being, utilizing these hearts, these heals like really well, you should probably have like 2 or 3 orbs by now just to get value out of it. Because that's additional like 50 to 75 health extra that we could have. I'm just being a bit silly and kind of just going forward without it. I'm gonna go with the extra perk modifier. It's a bit greedy. The electric immunity is probably the good choice, the better choice. Let's greed it up a bit. And the reason we're greeding it up is, remember, I have black holes. So that means that we're gonna push to the next mountain a bit earlier than normally you would. And then we'll just come right back up. Oh, there's a worm on the loose. There is a worm on the loose. Oh, shit. He's a frisky worm. Who goes in and kill Dunk in 3, 2... No, don't say that, Latal. You're trying to curse my run? He's just jealous. So jealous. There we go. shredded the worm.
Reminder that plinkers equals stinkers. You plink, you stink, you
True.
plunk, you stunk, you plank, you stank. Plinkers equals stinkers.
Yeah. I'll vouch it. Alright, we got some good stuff here. Of course he gets a heal. It's today's daily run. What do you mean, of course I get a heal? Alright, well, we've killed 3 of the Steves, so now Big Steve will show up. So this will, now that you've pissed off 3 of them, maybe you don't rush to go to the next mountain since you gotta make sure you're equipped to deal with the big guy.
When I grow up, I want to be like you. Live a slow life. Find small group of people I will scam every day by lying about everything. Zero responsibilities.
Kuba? The hell is this shit? What am I listening to right now? Solar says, I too want to be like Dunk when I grow up. What? What the hell has gotten into you guys? Alright, we're going to put down... Our builds are all jacked up. Copy 3 random spells. We put that on the speed up, so now the black hole will travel extra fast. Obviously, I want the heal. Obviously. Actually, it makes it where... Probably just want to do... Did I not grab any extra triggers? That was stupid of me. Yeah, I don't have to reset it, do I? Alright, heal me up. We have lots of heals too, because you gotta remember that even though you're like, okay, we only have 20 charges there, we also have the refresh here that will restore all the charges. And I left all the refreshes in the previous mountains as well. So we have access to lots of heals now. And then over here with the perks, there's kind of an interesting move. There is the No More Shuffle, which pretty nice, pretty nice. And there's also that wand that we found in the first zone that had kind of an insane mana pool, but its downfall was that it was a shuffle. If I grab the No More Shuffle now, it will fix that wand, but only if that wand is loaded in. So if I leave that, if the wand is currently way, way back, we left it in, I think, actually no, just not way back. It's in the mountain that I think I'm coming up on. I'm backtracking to at least. Let's check. Did I leave that wand in here? I hope I did. I did! Okay, and it's a 0.129 capacity. So by going all the way back here and picking up this wand, now when I grab the unshuffle, it will be loaded in, like because it's currently on my screen, so it will fix the wand. And all future wands will be non-shuffle. It's just old wands that you left behind. The game doesn't go back and try to unshuffle all those old wands you left in the past. Alright. No more shuffle. Okay, so this one here now will haul ass. That'll do. If you're curious why the long distance cast is necessary, it's because the only thing holding this wand back from just going like full machine gun is if you add up all the digging bolts, they each remove 0.17 recharge. So minus 0.17, minus 0.17, minus 0.17, minus 0.17, minus 0.17. So that means it is, what would that be? 8.85. So 0.85 recharge time removal. That's all the recharge time is gone. But the cast delay, I don't have anything that removes much cast delay. Besides the Luminous Timer, that removes 0.58 cast delay, so obviously that's good. But it drains the mana too quick. Causes it to run out of mana immediately. So then, let's try this one. It says 0.08 cast delay removal. That's pretty good. And that's why you end up with a decent wand. Because it's like, alright, it's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Sorry if I missed. I know every once in a while I've been putting off a couple of the rants because people have asked questions, so if I ended up skipping one of those rants, I apologize, but I'm back to watching the chat now, so if you had any questions, feel free to ask. I got a bit distracted. I don't remember what ended up happening with the guy that was asking the divide by his question. I was kind of curious to see what was the issue he was having. But there was definitely something wrong with his build because there hasn't been any like changes to the game that should affect that. There hasn't been any changes to the game in years anyways, but even whenever they did do changes years ago, it shouldn't have changed the way the divide bys were working. So information that's on the wiki should still be accurate, no matter if it was added yesterday or 4 years ago. Still should be good. Why do wolves howl at the moon? Now that's a good question. They're howling at the moon because they are sad. I don't know. Potion. Let's murder this bad boy. It's a mimic potion. Okay, it mimics bullshit. The moon is their dad. Okay, that's a hell of a guess. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say you're incorrect. Dunk, I've been picking people's minds. I find it frustrating that Holy Lance and Omega White Holes are the only two holy damage sources in the game for Mina. How best do you think an in-game Holy Lance wand would look? It's hard to say. I mean, it depends on what your goals are. Holy Lance is just not... You would only use it to take down the bosses. Most of the time you really wouldn't want to use it for your standard damage wand just because holy damage really isn't necessary to take down 99% of the enemies in the game. Like doing a damage build built around just like the 1% seems a little silly. With that said, you still could run some kind of... usually you put the Holy Lance in the trigger, but if you do that, you got to make sure the player is crazy beefed up. Because if the Holy Lances are pumping for damage, that means that they can also pump the player with damage. So you can get yourself killed.
There was a good modifier earlier. I think it had Nuke Orbit on it.
No! Holy Lance, you piece of shit! What can I say? I'm a silly guy. Well, in that case, if you're looking for just to run the Holy Lance, you don't care how silly the build is, then you probably would be thinking something along the lines of like a... Maybe like an add trigger... You would almost like... You want to remove the dangerous elements of the Holy Lance, which then kind of cancels out the whole purpose for using the Holy Lance, but oh well. You would put an add trigger on it, because one of the downfalls to the Holy Lance is that it's very expensive. Where is that Holy Lance? Holy Lance costs 120 mana. If you put an add trigger on the Holy Lance, the 120 mana cost goes away, and it just costs 10 mana. So add trigger Holy Lance, now you have made a 10 mana Holy Lance. Then from there, you probably want to put in something like the null shot, which will remove all the projectiles deadliness, so you don't have to be worried about accidentally killing yourself off with it. Then from there, you got to make a payload for it that's deadly. There's your Holy Lance build. Sweet Mother of God. Oh!
That's a nice muscle going on you got there.
I told you Latali tried to curse me. I told you he did. But you know what? Even Latali's curse can't take me down. Get off me. Okay, I actually got to keep myself alive. Let's not fuck around. You know what's crazy though? So first off, the fact that I tanked so many Uko shots with sloppy play is hilarious. Also, this shows why the long distance cast wand can suck. Because we could have killed him no problem. But because of the long distance cast, the long distance cast was too far. It couldn't kill the Uko that was right in front of me. This is why you almost never see me run long distance casts on my damage builds. But I had such a specific build going that I was like, oh, but I want to, you know, I want it to fire fast. I don't have anything else to use it with. It almost cost me my life. But the only reason I end up living, even with all that sloppy play, I survived because of this corpse right here. I think the corpse kind of rolled and took the brunt of the attack. The attack should have hit the player and it would have killed me. But whenever that corpse rolls to the side, it absorbs almost all the damage. Not all of it, but almost. A huge amount of it. Woo! Yeah, there was electric immunity. There was. That's why Latali said, and now he's going to die to a Nuko. Alright, well, let's get heading back to safety. Never punished? Well, hold on. Let me get back to the base before I get to bragging. let me get back home first. It's also why you like to have a tele, because once I found myself in that situation, I kind of was like, oh, I need a tele away, and then I was like, wait, I don't have a tele, and then it caused me to move like awkwardly right back into his shots because I was so busy thinking, how am I going to get out of this? Gotta go down. Anytime you're low health, you try to walk the exact path that you've walked before. That way you know there shouldn't be too many enemies on it, even though they do move around a lot. You know, no problem. No problem. Easy. The fact that I had only, like, what was it, 220 max health and just fucking danced around and soaked like 3 Uko shots is kind of crazy. RNGesus is with me. Also, it makes me want to remove the long distance cast because I'm just like, fucking long distance cast. That's why I want a glimmer. Glimmers are so much better because they just, yeah, they change the color. Like, we want that glimmer, but we want it as a spell, not as a always cast. You drink some worm blood. Gotta stay alert for those Ukos. Also, I probably need to go back. You had ambrosia? Yeah, I mean, I could have just, yeah, quickly thrown some ambrosia on myself. I mean, normally the thing is, you see an Uko, it's best just to go shoot. You see the Uko? Kill the Uko. But when I went to shoot him, the Uko was like right here, and I was shooting past him. Like, uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Yeah, exactly. Hi Locos says, Ambrosia's for whenever you have less than 10 HP. We had 11, alright? 11 is greater than 10. So it's not necessary. And more than enough HP. Man, I got lucky that that corpse happened to roll in that sweet spot. I wasn't here when you refused electric immunity. Please explain how your tiny brain works. I literally said I probably should grab electric immunity, but I wanted to greed for the extra perk just to, like, you know, get some cool stuff. It did almost punish me, though, pretty badly. Pretty darn badly. What happens in Noita, the moment you start to make decisions that are like, you're greeding and stuff, that's when the game is like, well, you're giving the game an opportunity to screw you over. And I gave the game an opportunity. Then I played sloppy on top of it. It was very close to shredding it. What the hell's on? What? Get out of here. Get out of here. Big rare cut of meat. Rollers down for some sloppy steaks. Consume. I know I'm trying to get to some good amount of fungus. Game is not giving me any fungus. Some fungi. Alright, we're about to throw up all of our wormy vision, I think. I'll poison myself a bit there. We need a good thing of fungus. Ooh, that is a lot of fungus. I can't tell if there's other stuff mixed in. Hopefully we don't poison ourselves. We did poison ourselves. There we go. Finally. My last death was in the fungal where I got swapped into frozen melee. Whew. It's a rough one. That's a frustrating one. Win Fairmont again? Tom, never. Never. I refuse. Toxic Sludge transformed. Hey, I'm glad that whoever that was in the early game said, remember, we're doing a lot of shifts today. Maybe we should consider toxic immunity. Well, you were right. Alright, that was shift number 2. We still have 6 more shifts that we need to do today. If you wanted to fire faster without using LDC, try double LDC, dig bolt, spark trigger, quad, dig bolt, ×4. Alternatively, use bubble spark trigger. Wait. Oh, but then we lose a lot of damage on that one, don't we? Yeah, we'll be losing, oh, I guess not the worst ever. What he's doing is he's trying to say, hey, we can still just use the long distance cast, but he's trying to put something else in the shot. He's saying, like, instead of putting the spark trigger in the shot, you put, like, a digging bolt into the shot. But then the problem is, well, then, you know, these are 2 separate shots. This is shot number 1. This is shot number 2. Then you got to remove more stuff. And then he's saying, once you remove more stuff, then you put down the double, and then use that. Which is not bad. Basically, it's the... Oh, wait. We are still missing a little bit. We have to wrap this whole thing, don't we? I think we're maybe still have a little bit... No, it's still the castellet. Wait, why is the castellet... Oh, because now we have the additional 0.05. It's pretty much pointless. Because you're saying minus 0.08 plus 0.05. So it's like you're doing all this for a 0.03 reduction. Yeah, not really worth in that scenario. I forgot to consider the additional spark trigger... you know, damage or castellet. Yeah, but now you won't have another incident. I mean, at that point, you might as well just remove, like, you're pretty much taking away a significant amount of damage for a 0.03 reduction. I would say it's not even worth it at that point. You would just use the spark trigger base without anything else on it. Isn't distance casting a hindrance? Wouldn't you want to be able to hit things close to you? Yeah, in general, but you got to remember that without it, it's just we fire so much slower. Because look how I'm kind of able to just, you know, shred through everything. So the idea is you just got to make sure you kill them before they can kill you. Put that there. So yeah, so the idea is you like to be able to... Ooh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Now, everything changes. So there's no reason in planning around this wand anymore. But if we took this off, see, it's like... The difference is it's still good damage. It's still more than enough to get through Snowy Depths. It's just I kind of wanted to mow down everything. But we don't have to worry anymore because the add mana will solve everything. So now we can literally just place this like that. And we fire it. We would just have mana issues. If we were to place the add mana at the beginning, I think we'll still have a little bit of a... And that's because the add mana is adding 0.1 cast delay. So even though the wand has an always cast reduce recharge, that's still not enough to get rid of all the cast delay that this adds and the wand naturally has. So in this case, we're not wrapping to it anyways. There's no reason to put an add mana at the beginning unless you're doing some wrapping crazy shit. So we'll just put it right here inside of it and then we're good to go. And we could throw orbiting arc on there, but then again, our digging in the snow won't be quite as good. So we'll probably hold off on that just a little bit. Then we'll put this up. We may need it for later. Move this here. And probably should top off our HP. And it's already time to consume again, chat's saying, so time is moving too quickly. You know what? We've had a couple close calls. What's a couple more close calls, right? Got an idea. Oh, don't grab the refresh. Okay, good. What we're doing is we're drinking a bit of this worm blood so that we can see in the dark. And then we're going to head to an area that can potentially get us killed, but also potentially boost our run like a crazy ton. The odds of it killing us versus boosting our run... The odds of it killing us is not that low. Like, it's actually kind of significant. But, you know, as an experienced professional Noita player, we got this. There's nothing to fear. Nothing to be afraid of. No, not dumb ways to die. Smart ways to live. I like frogs. Well, in Noita, you'll learn to hate them because they'll murder your roots. Alright, we got this guy. Also, we could use those guys as infinite healers, don't forget. Oh, there we go, baby. There we go. I see you. Alright. We got us a heart mage. Looking cute. Looking cute. Come on, heart mage. We're best friends. Ooh, okay, okay, don't get hit. That's actually... No. Go. Oh, there's a floating wand there, and it's got electricity on it. Oh, shit. He tried to shoot me. That is just rude. Oh, man. Had some stuff on it. What I'm doing is I'm clearing a path. Hopefully without dying. Any floating wands out here? Oh, shit. Okay, well there seems to be a floating wand of some kind casting bullshit. We killed him. Downfall is... that's a lot of bullshit. Yo. You know how lucky we just got? That could have been pretty bad. Yeah, so thankfully the wand had a monomax of 170 and the holy bombs cost 300, so these couldn't murder us, but had that generated not as a, you know, these aren't very common wands. This is a mana flipped wand. So the mana charge is crazy fast, but the mana max is low. Thank God it did. That could have been ugly. So, still just for safety, we'll kind of, you know, tuck this over here. Oh shit, that's not tucked in at all. Put that over there. Don't do it. Alright, mage, where are you? I need you. Mage? Mage! There he is. Smash. Swing and a miss. Oh my god, I'm stuck. Oh my gosh. Fucking stray pixels, man. Fucking stray pixels. Every pixel is simulated right into the center of your character's body. Keep coming. Okay, I keep taking those hits today. So this should be good enough, or just about good enough. I really hate that toxic sludge got dumped everywhere. In fact, let me do this. Maybe this will help get rid of some of it. Oh, shit. Okay, okay. Alright, put a bit of ambrosia on myself. I think the angle is pretty decent. Oh, come on. Come on. What is this guy not going to move forward like an inch? Give me a break. There we go.
This has been a tough period for me, and the vibes from the stream and the chat helped me through it. Today I have the opportunity to swing my life back, trying to go back to study.
Hell yeah.
Wish me good luck, DNK love cheer 100.
Nothing but love for you, says. Good luck, my dude. Good luck, good luck. Is he killing himself? What the? No! Alright, I'll have to do this quick then. 1 hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits. 1 more. 5 hits. Alright, I gotta run, and hope that no random ass mages are doing anything over there. Oh, can I get there in time? Yes! Oh, wait! Whew. Didn't press E. Alright. So we had like around 230 HP, which after doing all of this, we got 1,000. Huge upgrade, right? But we still have one more problem. Besides the fact that this guy is trying to drown himself, our ability to heal ourselves is kind of messed up right now because I used up all my heals. I didn't use up all of them. There's several heals, but I'm just saying there's not any ultra convenient ones. Also, it doesn't help that I don't have tele, so I'm just walking everywhere right now. Sucks. But I've got a plan. Ooh, wait, I wasn't even thinking. Copy random spells, explosive projectile. Holy shit, our damage is actually insane right now. Okay, double trigger with the heal. We go ahead and grab the heal. Consume, yep, good call. Drink some of that worm blood. Which for some reason, perfectly filled up my holy mountain. So what I did is I've set up my heals. In a bit, we'll get a much better healing setup than this. But I just wanted to show it's one of the many ways you could heal. I shouldn't have killed one. There's an enemy in here that I actually could have gotten infinite heals from, but I killed him because I was just kind of shooting everything that I was seeing. But with our little buddy that we have right here, we can let him hit us and force our health down. Kind of a crazy way to heal, but oh well. That's what we're gonna do today. That's how we roll. Okay, so while we're juiced up like this, we're going to reflect some of the heals into us. So basically we got him to force our health bar down. That way it only took a couple heals, because it's flat healing. These only do like 9 HP per shot. So whenever you have a total health bar of 1,000, healing 9 HP at a time, you know, it's not going to do very well. But if you let him force your health bar down, then it just takes a couple heals, and you're like, hey, I'm back, baby.
I really wish you guys could see this
I'm
guy
back,
right now.
baby.
He is drenched in sweat.
Dunk is all about playing spicy today. Yeah, we have been playing with fire a bit today, Stardust. That's no lie. Getting a little frisky today. But, hey, that's why we needed to have 1,000 HP. So that we can make sure that our spiciness can be our health bar can handle the spiciness, you know? Handle the flavor. Having to do all this without teleport bolt has been a little torturous. I am so glad I took the toxic immunity. Oops, I don't want to waste my ambrosia. I'm glad I took the toxic immunity because I don't have any water in my world. Now to discuss our next move. So our next move that we're about to make will actually make it where we have infinite heals and infinite digging. And that is going to be killing the Alchemist. And we have a fantastic setup for killing the Alchemist right now. Really good setup for it. Well, okay, to be fantastic, I'd say we'd have to have teleport bolt. So the fact that we don't have tele makes it not fantastic. And yeah, when I'm walking back, I will do a consume on my journey back up. Okay, so for the moment, we put this up. We're going to go explosive projectile, which costs 30 mana, onto double freezing gaze. If we accidentally fire this and we're too close to it, we will, I think, insta-kill ourselves. Freezing Gaze only needs one explosive projectile, and it does huge damage. In fact, let's see if the statue's here, I can show you. Yeah, there's the statue right there. So watch this. One shot at the statue. Boom. What was the number again? It's kind of hard to see there. I want to say it should be somewhere around like 3,000. Oh no, wait. Yeah, 3,000 damage. Yeah, did it look like 2K, 3K? So yeah, it's somewhere in that range. It's because explosive projectile has certain projectiles that when it's attached to it, does a huge amount of explosion damage. Other projectiles, it also can do huge explosion damage, but it needs more explosive projectiles. It needs more of these modifiers before it starts to do big damage. But explosive projectile just needs one. The downfall is that it can hurt the player. Without explosion immunity, it will nuke your ass. And so we're running a pretty spicy explosive build just because I want to just... Oh, I forgot to put the second one on there. Just because I want to nuke this boss as quickly as possible, hit him with huge explosion damage, and then just walk away afterwards. That's the plan. The trade-off, the risk is that I may accidentally nuke myself in the process. Now we could do a safer build and run one explosive projectile with a copy random spells to copy it again, so we get 2 of them. But I don't really have the greatest wands, and this one just seems like it'll be a quicker... It's a little riskier, but a quicker method with less wand building as well. You can do a quick Consolé wand when you come back. We could run a Consolé build because we do have the ad mana for it. Okay, we line ourselves up with that building and we go down below it. I'll try to make this a quick Alchemist kill because we have explosion damage and it's a little risky. So let's not goof around. Okay, that's not good. That is kind of frustrating. Oh, what? How did that one not cleanly get him? I can't shoot for a moment. I may have to ambrosia up. We have to wait out this. The freaking mage on the outside caught my shit. No, back up. Back up, you're too close. Go away, mage. Get out of here. Who is this motherfucker right here? This guy made this fight so scary. Okay. I hate this guy. That can happen, though, where you get these little mages that are near the arena, and they do make it a lot harder than it needs to be. Honestly, though, this guy's not even the worst one. The one you have to fear getting close to the arena, this guy, is the copy mage. There's a mage that can spawn over here. Let's see if there is one. Yeah, this guy right here. This is the guy. This almost could have been really ugly. Had this guy stood a little bit closer, what happens is he copies nearby projectiles. And he fires it at a fast pace too. He's like, shot, shot, shot. Well, he can copy. If the boss's attack goes near him, he'll copy the boss's attack. And the boss's attack is meant to be this slow, like you know, charge up and then hit. Because his big damage is pretty scary. When he copies it, he says, fuck the rules. And he just goes boom, 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 boom. Start nuking your ass. So you got to be careful about the nearby enemies to the arena, because they can take a fight that's meant to be decently simple. It can just pop off. Okay, we want the Omega. We'll take the Fee. We don't really want anything else. These are pretty lame drops. But the good thing about that copy mage is you can make him copy your own heals. So you shoot a heal at him, and then he'll shoot heals back at you. And you're like, oh, sweet, I made my own homemade healer. One time, one of those copied the Alchemist meteor and killed me, the Alchemist and himself. Yeah, I believe it. The meteor is one of those that could be rough for him to copy. Because it's one of the attacks that aren't like the worst, it seems like. But it's because it's so slow, right? It's like he charges it, he shoots it, the meteor kind of travels slow. But when that guy has it, he's just like meteor, meteor, meteor. And you're like, oh, shit. Because it's a good size AoE. No alpha Sag. Yeah, no alpha, no gamma. Just an Omega. No Tau. Alpha, Gamma, Tau, these are the ones that I was really looking forward to. I was like, you almost always get at least one of those. But instead, I'm I'm working with Gamma and Phi. Could it copy the end of everything? I don't think so, but I'm not 100% on that one. I believe the end of everything itself wouldn't have like a tangible thing that it can copy, but it will copy the spells that are within the end of everything. You know what I mean? Like the poly shots that shoot out of it, and the nukes that shoot out of it, things like that. Do we want to grab the music, the Consolé? Nah. Not a projectile, can't copy. Yeah, I don't see like a thing that I could actually even duplicate. Alright, so we have a couple options for how we could deal with things. We just do run a Phi on this, and then we have infinite black holes there. Could also swap that with an Omega, but the Castellet, actually it's not really, let's see. It's pretty expensive though on the mono. Let's go with the Phi. Decent amount cheaper. Cast it pretty quick. So what I was gonna say, we could do. What we could do is we could put the healing bolt also on here. So there's 0 charges of the black hole and 0 charges of the healing bolt. And watch what happens when I shoot the Phi and I just shoot it to the left. So I currently am at 791 HP. In fact, I'll do it over here. 791 HP. I shoot it to the right. Let's see. Yeah. Now I'm at 800. What happens is the black hole, if you watch it, I'll play it in slow-mo in a second, or try to. I shoot it out, and the heal bolt shoots at the same time, but the gravitational pull of the black hole slingshots the heal back into the player's face. So you can actually sit here and heal yourself forever. It just will be a very, very slow healing technique. But hey, you never know. You may find yourself needing to use that. Incredible, I know, right? But if the thing is, if you end up attaching something like the random spells, speed up, that kind of stuff, which I don't think. Wait, we have this all fucked up. Will this even? I don't think this will let us. Let's see. Yeah, it travels too fast, but it does give you a good visual. See, the heal is getting drug away with it because of that extra speed that you put on there. So this method only works if your black hole is a slower moving black hole. So what we will do is we will go heal Omega. There we go. So now we have infinite heals, just very, very, very costly infinite heals, I guess. Probably at this point, it's probably just better to have it put up for now. We'll figure it out. All these black holes aren't needed anymore because we have infinite. And we good. And Speen. Wait, why didn't I grab the orb while I was out there? Ah, well, we'll wait till we get a telebolt. We'll worry about that later. And then time to go grab... Dang, we've only done 2 fungal shifts, haven't we? We gotta really focus on the drugs. Chad is bullying Dunk for his text and draw again. How dare you, Chad? I thought I raised you better than that. God damn it. You raised us? Of course. Chad just instantly, daddy. No, never mind. I didn't raise you. Cancel that. Do. What shift number? It is 3, right? I'm not crazy, am I? Not crazy. Mommy? No, fucking Nutty. You know what, Nutty? I'm gonna have to let Yolk know that he has to ban you from his community because I feel he's been a bad influence on you. Maybe that is why you're so degenerate. If it wasn't for Yolk, maybe you'd be just a good, wholesome community member. Don't think it's more your fault rather than Yolk's. I don't know. I mean, did you see Yolk's emotes that he added? They're offensive. Okay. I would show you, but Twitch can't even. They're not even ready. Even though they are Twitch emotes, it's just a matter of time till Twitch sees them and says, you know what? We have to remove these. He's gotten too crazy. What? Why are there so many of you guys that have Yolk's emotes? No, but I saw you making out with Sneck. That was AI, damn it. Listen, if you can't differentiate between real life and AI, 2026 is going to be a rough year for you. Alrighty. The hiisi base. We have arrived. We have to grab 10 orbs a day. What are we going to grab? There's another method for killing. Oh, wait. It's a shuffle wand? Huh. I must have loaded in this area and then unloaded it, then grabbed the no more shuffle. I've gotten the Paha Silma and went to the old boss, but crashed on the way down the ocean. I respawned, and when I went back to the Paha Silma, it disappeared. Now my game crashes when I go near where it spawns, and I've not been able to find it. This is a fresh 00 file. Any help? Thank you. You're saying it just keeps crashing? That's the part where I'm like a little bit... I don't really have the best advice for that. Something where it's like it just keeps going down over and over. I'm like, that's like more like the tech savvy guys. I'm definitely not a big tech savvy dude. I have no idea how you go about stabilizing a file that just keeps crashing. Usually I do like the, the resets, all that kind of stuff preemptively, but once it's happened, ruh-roh. Yeah, be keeping an eye on chat there, Kenny. There's always people throwing out good suggestions that they're much more knowledgeable than I am on how to make saves stable and all that kind of stuff. Ooh, 15 capacity. Oh, that's an interesting wand. Alright, we jump to the next mountain. Remember, we don't really have that much to be afraid of anymore because We have infinite heals. We have good damage. Lots of stuff there. Hello, Big Steve. Goodbye, Big Steve. Roll it. Iron Stomach, huh. But, so we could grab Iron Stomach here and drink tons of concentrated mana to help out to make sure we always have good mana. But the thing is, we already have an add mana, so I don't see much reason for that. Then all the other perks, I'm like, eh. Don't think I need them either. I greeted. We'll go with fire immunity. One less thing to worry about. We could add an extra 500 health if we would like to. Fire immunity is nice because fire damage does scale. And with that fire immunity, if we wanted to, we could shift our build over. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we take away one of these. Go copy random explosive projectile. This makes it so that there are 2 explosive projectiles at the end of my wand. And yes, the multicast is large enough that it does include it in this group here. When I shoot the statue, you see that it says it did 3,200 damage. It actually does, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 1,500, 1,600 damage per shot. Which is pretty good. Or we could stick with that digging bolt damage. Either one, it'll be good. And this is safe for the player to use. It does not hurt the player.
Moin.
The way I have it set up, that is. Moin to you. Oh, I forgot to check the free spell room. My bad. Come on, game. 1 tele bolt. Save me a lot of frustration. Oh shit, I just shot that right into the hourglass, so that means the hourglass is broke. There's another heal. We don't need it though because we have infinite heals. We're just gonna move to the left. How many bosses does Dunk has he killed in this run? We've only killed 1 so far, and it was the Alchemist. We have to kill 9 more. We gotta start planning for those. We can kill several bosses already, but the issue is that getting to them is a slow walk. I need something to really speed up the process. Oh, come on. You could throw a Orbit Larpa on the black holes to make them a little more entertaining. But then again, that's whenever you start to get hit by polymorphine or some random shit. Also, I've been looking for a pouch, because I mean, we really need to carry this fungus with us. Large, hey, a 50 HP. Don't mind if I do, even though I already have a good amount. Did you play FTL? Yeah, I actually played it on stream. Chad voted it in as a variety game before, and I've gotten a couple basic wins, I think. But I haven't done like all the unlocking of all the ships and that stuff. It was fun. I enjoyed my time with it. Definitely feels like an older game though, like it's aged a bit. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Quack, quack. We'll hold on to one of the ducks. Double explosive projectile. Now we don't even have to use the copy method. Very cleanly can just kind of place it down. That there. Copy, duck. There we go. Looking good. Have you ever had a run where you had to kill all bosses with the same wand? Meaning, after killing any boss with a wand, you cannot change it and have to use it for the other bosses. In my opinion, it might be a cool idea for future runs. You never really did a one wand kills all. Because you know, you could set it up. It would just basically be based around a couple of bosses that have like complications. Then from there, once you could kill those, you have a build that can kill those. The rest of them kind of would just be easy. We could run a rotate towards ducks build right now. That'd be kind of fun. Let's do that. We're going to swap up our build again. There's no reason. I mean, obviously our damage is already spicy. Everything's just getting the shit beat out of it. The ducks can do a bit of self-damage when they explode. You gotta watch out for that. Doesn't work like that. Oh, okay. I think we're already set up. This'll do. Alright, just go spamming some ducks. Again, this build is not an upgrade necessarily. We're just kind of running whatever we're in the mood for. The issue with this build is the Omega is so expensive to copy these ducks. That makes it where my build fire is kind of slow. But they do serious damage. Like, watch this plant. There's no way. No way he survives. This guy up here, no way. Yeah, see, there's the explosion of the duck. You see how it hurt me a little bit? Ducks are a very easy spell to not realize how powerful they are. But you gotta remember, they use multiple damage types. Fire damage, projectile damage, explosion damage. They have all of them on one projectile. From there, you just need them to like home onto enemies, and then you'll be happy with them. And you need a way, because they have charges, you need a way to keep firing it even when they run out of charges. Where is a good thick amount of fungus? Oh wait, they made some accidentally over here. Nice. That'll do. At 134. I'm eating it. There we go. There we go. Finally, a consume. It took us a while to get one going. But we got it. Let me check the next mountain. We still haven't found the greater chest. There's supposed to be a greater chest in today's jungle. Somebody in the chat claimed. Haven't seen it yet. Let's see if they were filling our head with lies. Ooh, chainsaws. Alright, good, 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 good. Ducks, go kill them. I'll take the all-seeing eye, because why not? And grab the chainsaws. Chainsaws. Kind of just set them here, I guess. Let's go. Is that water in the fish pond? It was shifted. You gotta remember that there is... oh, it's actually water transformed, it says. Which means it is... Actually, no, it is... well, it's hard to say what... I have to look at it. It means it's not gonna work necessarily like regular water. I'm trying to get access to it. Didn't really do a great job. It was a shift of a shift. I would guess that if we didn't have toxic immunity, I would guess that it would give us the... Ooh, it may give us the toxic sludge stain. But because I have the immunity, we can't really even test that theory. I was swimming in swamp though, so it kept giving us the wet stain. No dragon kill? Yes, we do need to kill the dragon. I just keep jumping to the mountains because I keep hoping we'll find something to give us some form of tele. This is crazy. It is crazy. So just grab this. Then I'm gonna steal this. I see a poly mage down there. Get rid of them. See, the ducks, they do their thing. Like, don't underestimate these ducks. Go, little ducks, go. Just have to be afraid of them when they detonate. That's all. That's the only thing I don't have right now to deal with them is at the very end of their lifespans, they blow up. And whenever I am near them and they blow up, yeah, see, it does hurt me. But with our health bar as good as ours, I'll deal with that. Okay, a couple things we need to do. One, we need to get the orb that's over here. Trigger Nala return for SCUFFED. That's what I'm thinking. But sadly, we don't have the Nala yet, but we haven't killed the pyramid boss either. So when we kill him, that could be our... that may be our way to get around. But better than walking. In that case, I'll probably swap my add mana over to it as well. Because my current wand doesn't really need the add mana. Can you make ultra fast ducks? I mean, you can. Okay, why is it playing Kirping? Oh, we're fine. Doot. How many fungal shifts have we done total today, you guys? 89, not 4. Thank you, robot. I trust you over these liars. These no good, filthy liars. Alright, we have 2 orbs. So I still gotta check for the... I'm gonna look for the great chest. I hadn't given up on that. It was more... It's just one of those things that the way you move around in the game dictates so much of the pacing of the run that I kind of was prioritizing that over everything. Because we've already got our heals, we got our digging, we've gotten so many things. But... oh well. We'll just have to walk it until we find a solution to the return. But I was told over here that there is a mimic. Let's see if this is true. Be our first thing to verify, if so. And remember, this is today's daily, so if you end up liking anything that you see, like if we end up finding a heart mimic, then yes, you will be able to find it on your daily as well. And a heart mimic is one of the rarest enemies in the game, so that's why I would like to verify it. Let me get rid of these ducks first. Oh shit, verified. There is in fact a heart mimic. Chat was being honest. One of the rarest enemies in the game. It only drops out of a treasure chest and it has a very, very small chance. So if anybody out there is a completionist that wants to get credit for every enemy kill and they want to do it as legitimately as possible, well, this is a daily run. I mean, daily runs are legit, right? I consider them legit. They're pretty much just a random seed, but it's just a random seed that everybody in the community can share and experience stuff on. So this is the enemy right here on the progress. Make sure though, if you are going to try to get this enemy kill for your progress, make sure you get the kill credit. Make sure you don't accidentally, because that's why I killed the electric boxes that are around. Because you could open this out, there's this little heart mimic, and then somehow the electricity could hit them, and next thing you know, it gets electrified, and then you don't get kill credit. I think everything here, I have 100% kill credit on these, so whenever I go to smack him in just a moment, it should go from 25 to 26. Killed by 2? Yeah, it's just Twitch integration stuff, modded stuff. I've never had a legitimate death to a heart mimic. If I did, I definitely would clip it and put it on my YouTube channel, because what the hell was that? Did you see that? Did you guys see that? An enemy just like up warps through like the entire world. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like one frame. For one frame, you have to look really closely. It just goes whoop through the entire world. It goes right by here. Yeah, there it goes. Whoop. It's like, yeah, it's like the hands of the monk are all jacked up. Just as well, you are in Ambrosia. He was coming for you. Want to beat that ass. But yes, this guy is very rare, and you want to kill him in a way that makes sure that you get kill credit. So I will go ahead and no, he cannot be stained or anything. At least we never found any crazy things, like any crazy special mechanics you can do with them. Doesn't mean that none exist. It's just like I don't know of any. So the only thing that's interesting you can do with them is you murder them. That way you can get them on your kill credit. And so we got number 26. Yeah, one day if we ever have a legitimate death to one of those, I'll make sure to post it for the content. But still, Noita's never gotten me with the heart mimic. Not yet. Oh, there's the guy that the hands glitched out with. Alright, about to eat some more fungus. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Bit of that void liquid. Must have been some fungal shifts that are setting up void liquid all over the place. Is that poly? That is unstable poly. Yikes. Dude, somehow there's like no fungus in this area. That's enough, I think. Yes. Shift number 5. Woo! The struggle continues. To feed our fungus addiction. Shift number 5. Seema. We are still looking for this great treasure chest. Oh, I'll go ahead and kill the... It's only our second boss kill. Come on, dragon. Solve all of our problems for us. I mean, you know, we've had worse dragon drops. At least we get an ad mana out of it. How do you know there's a great treasure chest? Somebody was playing the daily today, and they said that they found one on their daily. So if they found one, we should have one too. You gotta remember, daily means we have the same seed. So we should find the same stuff. Same enemies. Same drops out of the great chest. So I want to find it. But they could have just been, you know, I've only seen, I think, one person say it today. So they could have been on a different daily and they're just mixing it up. That is possible. Wait a second. But wait. No. For a second I thought that was a great one because it looked kind of, it was all covered in shit. So it made it look like a great treasure chest. It was a treasure chest of lies. I'm looking for, I don't know. If anybody has seen the great chest today, I can't even talk. Let me know where you found it, because otherwise I think they may have been on a different seed. I am not seeing it. I mean, not to say it's impossible, it's not still here, because there's like half the jungle I haven't even looked at. Alright, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea on that great chest. It looked like it was a good one, too. Like, they said they found some, it was like multiple hearts. I don't know. If I had tele, I would keep looking. But the problem is it could be that they were on a different seed. And I'm walking, you know, walking everywhere very slowly. Did you read Sloth? Oh, wait, did you say? Let's see. Is middle right. I found it pre-opened. I found it. Okay, middle right. Middle right. So here is the, like, middle of the jungle is the fungus area. And right would be in this area. If I black hole the chest, that's fine. We should still get the drops. So we'll still know, like, you know, oh shit, this is a great treasure chest. Oh, yep, you were right, Sloth. There it is. That's definitely a great treasure chest. Too bad that we black holed it, but yeah. So everybody knows today's daily has a great treasure chest. See if you can get to it without breaking it open. Not that it matters. Your drops will be the exact same. Which, let's see how many hearts. It's 3 hearts. Oh shit. Since it's 3 hearts in the same spot, there is also a heart mage that I killed earlier in the jungle. So you could use that heart mage with those 3 hearts and take your HP up to like 10,000 or some shit. Could be pretty crazy. The wands were okay, you know, nothing that I'm like, oh yeah. Still, at least we found it though. I was, because, you know, it's kind of rare. First off, great treasure chests already have like a 1 in 1,000 chance for a treasure chest to be a great treasure chest. And then the fact that the next zone, the vault, has a heart mimic. These are 2 rare occurrences on the same seed in back-to-back biomes. Pretty cool. We've killed 2 bosses. We've done, I think we still have 3 more fungal shifts to do. Hey Dunk, I just had a surgery on my lower lip and wanted to thank you for not being funny enough to make me smile, because that would be painful. See, I can see you typing that shit out, and I know you thought it was so clever, and you smirked, and it did hurt. So that's why I'm not even going to give you a response, because I know you've already suffered enough. To your own stupidity. Don't keg W, chat. Just shake your head in shame, in disappointment. He thought he was so clever. Jesus, nutty. God damn, he's gone crazy. Today's daily is so good. Immunities, heart mimic, great chest. The only thing left is telebolt. Yeah, that is the one thing that really stands out as an annoyance in today's run. I mean, everything else has been pretty top tier. Pretty top tier shit. There is Orb. Oh, well, this is interesting. So lava is rock. The reason that's a big deal is one of my backup plans if fungus shifted away, because somebody in the chat earlier was saying that fungus was going to shift away while we're doing shifts today, is that I was going to use the lava. You can make a backup fungus. But now that's not an option. And so instead, I'll have to make... I mean, there's still a backup fungus, but a different backup fungus. Because there's multiple different of like these homemade funguses. The green one is the one that lava can make. Instead, I'm gonna make... I think... I mean, you could huff glue. That's true. In Noita, there actually is like you can eat the glue and get your character high off of that. But that one's kind of frustrating to deal with. What I think I'm gonna do... I'm going to pour out this. I'm going to get my hands on some of that toxic sludge. And then I'll make the mystery fungus up here. That'll be the strat. Green fungus looks so pretty, though. I do like the green fungus. The visuals on it are pretty sick. I wonder if the devs didn't add in that green fungus trick just so that the people in the community would stop being annoyed with the purple, you know, the regular fungus, pink or purple, whatever the hell color that is, because it shifts away so often. Having to find the backup funguses and stuff is just frustrating. So whenever they return, I think it was the last time that they returned, they added in this extra interaction to make the green fungus. So for years it just didn't exist, and I would complain all the time. But now that it exists, it's like, okay, it gives you one more way that if your fungus shifts away, it's kind of like, well, that's your fault. You should have prepared. You think the Noita devs are actual alchemists? No, but we do know one of them is a magician. He's a traveling magician, apparently. Like that was actually his job, I guess. Job or hobby, I don't know what you would call it, but that's what he did outside of being a... one of the things outside of being an actual, like, you know, game dev. For real? Yeah. I forget which dev it was, but it was during the time period where 1.0 had released, and the devs put out a couple updates, but then they said, like, you know, they kind of just, like, vanished, right? They put out the epilogue, which was making it seem like it was their final update, but there were still a ton of flaws in the game, and then they pieced out. Oh my gosh, we did not get a Nala. Well, whenever they pieced out, they really didn't talk to the community, like, at all. And there was a ton of, you know, game-breaking kind of level of issues. One of them being that if you use the chainsaw wand, like how I'm using it right now, after playing for, like, you know, an hour or two, your game would just start to glitch out and crash. It really sucked. And but Latali, people like Latali had found the issue, like what was causing it, and the devs were just like, they just didn't say anything. We had this huge problem in the game. People's games are crashing all the time, and it was because of this kind of audio issue that Latali had made he actually made a patch for it. So then Latali made his own custom patch for it, and you had to, pretty much we're having to tell community members, like, every day, people would be like, hey, you know, I built the chainsaw one just like you built, but for some reason my game keeps crashing. And I'd be like, all right, you have to install this, blah, blah, blah. Well, while that was going on, in those days, where I was kind of frustrated with the devs, because it's like, come on, just like come back and fix this one little bug. Latali already has it fixed. And then somebody had found, I think one of I forget which game dev it was, which one of the Nala devs it was, but his like almost like private blog post where he posts about his like life and stuff, and apparently he was, you know, he was actually being a traveling magician at the time. So it's like, this is where you're at, god damn it. And yeah, that was one of the reasons we weren't hearing from him. He was busy, I guess, traveling the world doing magic. Now who knows? Maybe it was a secret message on his personal private blog that was a secret message for all those Noita players that were trying to find out where the hell the Noita devs were. Maybe he's like, no, you guys are supposed to interpret this. I don't think so, because it seemed like it was his own private one. Ooh, there's fungus everywhere. Actually, hold on. Huh. I mean, kind of based. I mean, if it's your passion, right? Follow your passions. I guess, you know, his passions were game development and being a traveling magician. Oh, there's glue. We could use glue. We're going old school. Getting high with some glue, I guess. What would be the worst possible fungal shift or set of shifts in Noita? One shift alone is pretty damn bad. And it is... Basically, you gotta start thinking of recursion shifts. So what that means is, like... Fire gives off smoke. So one material gives off another material. If fire gives off smoke, and smoke was instead transformed into fire, it means you'd have fire that gives off fire. And the new fire will give off more fire. So these kind of shifts or things can get a little complicated. But the one that tends to be the one the community talks about the most because it is pretty damn bad. But it's not as bad as it used to be because of how the way the engine functions, but it's still pretty darn bad. And that is flammable gas to acid. And it may take you a moment to fully wrap your head around about what makes that so bad. But acid, which is a very deadly material... Oh wait, look at this! Some accidental mysterious fungus. Which is what we need. But we need a pouch to scoop it up. And this is going to drop a pouch right here. It did not. But flammable gas turning into acid is so bad because acid gives off flammable gas. So it would be acid that instead gives off acid. So your world starts filling up with acid. I want to consume it, but I just want to see if I can find the damn... I guess we might as well. I mean, because we have glue, we have some mysterious fungus. Bucket. If we can find a pouch, we can scoop this up and make a whole mountain of it. Thank you guys for slurping all over Dimbi's community. Scaring them away immediately. Good work. Shout out to that hilarious smoke to oil or whatever it was where you almost choked that kill on the boss, the bridge boss challenge. No, almost. Come on. Clearly, Test 60's misremembering from all that glue he's been huffing. Yeah, we did actually do a run recently where we... our shift was fire... What was it? Liquid... No, not liquid fire. There's many different forms of fire at Noita, so that's why it can be hard to know which one is the one that will make for such a bad shift. But we captured a very specific form of fire, and then we fungal shifted that fire into oil. Yeah, it was into oil. And then what happened was, since there's multiple forms of fire, you pretty much had this fire that was creating oil. The oil was then catching fire, creating more oil. It was really weird. It was like some bullshit. Actually, wait, no, I guess it would be we shifted smoke into that fire. No, it was oil. It was oil. I just remember we had to get a certain fire in a flask to pull it off because the fire that exists in a flask normally is not the one you'd want to do fungal shifts if you're trying to make really... Well, I guess it depends on what you're trying to do, but if you're trying to make really deadly shifts, you mostly want the fire that's made if you take 2 materials like, damn it, what's the 2 materials? Something like teleportadium and... No, not teleportadium. Who remembers the 2? Did you notice the shift? Fungus shifted away, it looked like, but I don't know what it shifted into. Who remembers the 2? Lava and oil? Is that it? Lava and oil? Sounds right. So lava and oil, you put them in a flask, and it creates a fire. That fire is the one that we needed to fungal shift away to create a really deadly scenario for us. And it worked, because it was pretty deadly. Our whole world just started filling with oil and fire. HP check? Yeah, I'm moving out of here. I'm giving up hope. It's crazy how many things we could have found that could have helped us out a lot, but we found none of them. The game is determined to punish you for being late. I think that... Is that what it is? So, Noita devs are confirmed community members. There we go. You know the truth. What's up there, Bellion? I just watched your video where flammable gas turned into acid. I did not know your hair did a fungal shift too. What? My hair fungal shift? It's, you know, that was back in the COVID days where I couldn't get a haircut. My hair's pretty long now though. I need to get another haircut. Short stream, 10 bosses, 10 orbs, no tele. I know, what the hell, man? Fuck. Got any plans for holiday streams this year?
Got any plans for holiday streams this year?
I don't know about like any special, like, well, you know, in Noita we tend to do holiday, like depending on what's going on in the world, we'll do runs themed around it, you know. So we'll probably do some Christmas related Noita runs for sure. But any like super special holiday stream, nothing in mind.
Right now. He is
just because I'm focused on DunkBot 2.0. I stream, I code, I sleep. I stream, I code, I sleep. And that is the cycle. Because I want the future of, you know, like holidays and stuff in the channel. I think that having DunkBot 2.0 will allow us to do some fun stuff in the channel. I need the first step before I can move to the next one. I stream, I ask ChatGPT to hallucinate code for me, I sleep. Okay, there's some truth there. A little bit of truth.
19 days left, old man. Tick-tock.
Why'd you have to say that? What the fuck, man? Say hi to our tele, Wand. Actually... amount of time we've been waiting for DunkBot 2.0, it had better be the greatest thing to ever exist at this point. No, hold on. Hold up now. I told you guys. Think of it like a little kid drawing you a portrait of you, right? It's not about how good it actually is. It's about... It's a thought,
Why are
right?
you lying? It should be I sleep. Solar codes. I stream.
What? I wish it was like that. That would be nice. That would be nice. Solar does do a lot of coding, but it doesn't quite work like that.
So Christmas Eve, day, or New Year's Eve release party? DNK think.
Think of it like a scenario that a lot of you are probably living right now, where your manager is like incompetent, right? They don't know shit. But you, maybe you're a good worker. You're like, damn it, I do all the work around here. And the manager doesn't do shit. That's me and Solar's relationship. But, same way, whenever your manager's not around, you probably sit back and you chill, right? It's the same idea. I gotta be there to watch over his work. I don't know what the hell he's writing. It's magic. But I have to be around. That's how it works. I'm the incompetent manager. I mean, that is my role. You're the employee and manager? Huh? No, because the employee's the one usually actually doing good work. By the way, sorry, we're making a little bit of a mess over here. We gotta... Okay. Apparently we just fused with the glue. Why does it sound like a wet fart? So you're incompetent? I mean, I don't have the skills that Solar has, there's no doubt. Watching him code has only given me less confident in my programming abilities. I'm like, holy shit. He's good. I'm like, I can write an if statement. I can write one solid if statement, man. But yeah, no, he's in another world. Why is he eating glue? It gets your character high, so I was having to eat enough to get my character high.
Okay, as his manager you of course paying him, right?
Yeah. Duh. Yeah. Okay, so we have that, God damn it. There we are. I forgot it was an always cast 2 cast. This goes here. This is my travel wand. That's my damage. That's my black hole. And we are good to go.
We should be able to spend 7 streaks to unmute weebs.
Did you say to unmute the weebs? It's usually the opposite. Normally I hear, hey, can I spend a 7 streak to mute them longer? What is happening? If you lost your mind... This is our travel wand, by the way. We're using the recoil to get around. Because why the fuck not? Every time you're using the recoil build, I have PTSD. The time you ended your win streak world record. I know, I think it was a build almost exactly like this. Whoa. When I killed my... It was the world record at the time. Repelling myself directly into a polymorphine shot. Good times. Good fucking times. Alright, dig down. I think we still have one more fungal shift left to do, if I remember correctly. Do we not have a TP bolt? We do not. There has been no TP bolts this run. Because the game has been annoying. But, grab that. You have LDC and return, yet you don't just go to heaven and get a Nala. That is true. Honestly though, at this point, we would be at the mercy of RNG. Looking for that Nala. I think it would be faster to actually end out the run. like potentially. Very good potential.
Well, I wish you guys could see
Very
this
high
guy right now. He
chance.
is drenched.
You're curious what I'm doing here? It's because I am going for an orb. That should be... Let's see. Coming up on it pretty soon. Ta-da! So we're missing 3 more orbs. We need to kill 2 more bosses. It's snowing out here. How about we go grab the eye?
If you were to do a 12 days of Noita Moss, what would you put in the category? 12 shifts?
I have had
11
people...
wars, 10 bosses? 9 ink plus that?
I have had people propose that kind of stuff. Doing like a 12 days of Christmas. Probably the new game pluses. I don't know. That seems like it may get... Yeah, I guess, yeah, you could do some kind of different things. The 12 new game pluses probably being the final payoff, you know? Or the... Well, I guess no. I guess it's in reverse. I guess you would start off with 12 new game pluses. And then the final one being 133 orb run. Or 136 orb run if you're feeling really frisky. Alright, repel myself all the way down to the bottom. And every once in a while... Actually, you know what? It's probably faster to just do this. Alright, real quickly we're going to kill the Forgotten Boss. By the way, this is going to be our 4th boss kill of the run. So let's, we have to bring out, we're going to shoot the ducks, and then we're going to bring out the eye at the same time. Okay, I'm failing miserably. Okay, I'm failing really miserably. Hold up, let me get this lined up better. You know what? Screw it, we just throw the eye down and we blast them. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, missed it again. Missed it one more time. What? Wait, what's happening? Oh, this guy's... Apparently this guy shares different immunities. It's weird. I thought the minions shared the same immunities. He doesn't. Alright, we're done killing that. So that's boss number 4. Need to kill 6 more bosses. I think the Master of Masters kill is in our future, isn't it? Check for Telewand. Check where for Telewand. Eye room, we checked there. Still nothing. Gotta get 2 more orbs. I'm trying to remember the orbs that even remain for us. I know there's the Hell Orb and the Master of Masters Orb. Did we never grab the orb on top of the mountain? Yeah, it's 10 orbs we're supposed to grab total. I think there's a chance we never grabbed the orb on top of the mountain. That's funny. Oh, the volcanic lake, which is now the rock lake. That's cool. That'd have been nice to get tellies that way. The end of everything. No thank you. We can warp back to the jungle. Our duck damage build still is good enough to even damage, like, fuck up these guys. Steel looking nice. See, like, wow. Go, ducks, go. I figured since we already had converted the lava into rock out of just pure luck, probably not a big deal to head down to hell a little earlier than I would have normally liked to go. Yeah, we're not quite in the right spot for the orb, are we? There's the corner we're looking... No, that's not the corner we're looking for. There's the corner we're looking for, right here. This corner. This corner lines up exactly with where we need to go, so we were moving too high. We're almost there, yep. There is the orb. We're at 9. So we have 1 fungal shift left to do. We have 1 orb left to collect. And then I think we have 6 bosses left to kill, which 6 bosses is a little yikes. We're just doing a 10 orb, 10 boss, 8 fungal shift run. Just for the fun of it. No specific, like, reason. Just kind of like a random journey to go on. Okay. Okay. Zoom over here. Say hi to our friend. Let me check real quick to see how many fungal shifts we have done today. Yeah, it says show shifts 7. So there's all the fungal shifts we've done so far. You can look it up in your browser. But we need to do 8 for today's challenge. In case I forgot, let me... yeah, 8 shifts, 10 bosses, 10 orbs. So let's go ahead and do 1 more. We'll swap up this over here. Actually, you know what's funny? That method right there, I think, could very easily kill the Master of Masters. I don't see why not. And I'll also do... Here we go. Shield. Woo! Swap the glue out here. Don't mind me just shitting all over the place, apparently. It is a bit frustrating farming glue. Come on, eat the fungus, eat the fungus. Alright, there we go. Getting our character high off glue. This is shift number 8. We will be done with all of our random shifts today. There it is. Weird fungus. Get out of here, glue. Don't need any more glue. Again, we're going to be using kind of a silly method to kill the Master of Masters, but it's very simplistic. Which I like that. You know me, I'm simple. Alright. This should be kind of a goofy kill. Let's see. This is the Master of Masters. And I would like to get the edit stone from him just in case we need it. I don't think we will, but you never know. So now, when I bring out this wand here... Ooh, that was not my intention. So now I just chainsaw the purple orbs. As long as I chainsaw just the purple orbs, not the red ones. If I chainsaw the red ones, it sends the damage back to me, and that could get me killed. We don't want to risk that. Oh, come on. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Alright, we got rid of all his orbs, so now he's vulnerable. Now we kind of inch close to him. What the hell? How did... I swear it just swapped my wands. The fuck was that about? In the middle of firing? Oh? I felt like I was playing Twitch integration. Go. And then we grab this stone from the boss. That way when I hold the stone, now I can edit my wands wherever I'm at, which is helpful. I like it. Also, I would like to grab these add timer, add trigger, and we'll grab the add expiration while we're at it. No, we have way more than one. Let me think. We have killed the Alchemist, the Pyramid boss, the Dragon, the Forgotten boss, and the Master of Masters was the one that we just killed. We're supposed to kill 10 total, so we have 5 more bosses to kill. I'm thinking we kill... Kolmi's gonna be one, yep. The door boss, probably another good one. Tiny and Mecha Kolmi and the Meat Realm boss. I think that would make for a good set. Alright, so with Tiny, if I remember correctly, Tiny gets messed up by ducks, yeah? Do you, Tiny? 0 projectile damage. Oh, 50% from ducks. 50% from explosions. That's good enough for me. Surely Tiny won't kill us, right? He would never. Not twice. One time, okay, it happened. But twice? No. Actually, to be a little safer about this whole thing, drilling damage is 100%. Add trigger onto the digging bolt. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Put this up. Move. I mean, that doesn't really do anything right now, but we're going to move both of these explosive projectiles. Remember, without the add trigger, if we count this out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's good, because it's double, triple. 2 triples equals a 5 cast, because 3, you think 3 plus 3 equals 6, but it's really 3 plus 2, because this takes up one of the spots of the first 3, so it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go to fire this, rotate towards is not really needed, but for this example, we'll fire it off to show you the mana. The mana gets burned through pretty quickly. But what I want to do is I want to put down an add trigger onto this digging bolt so that these modifiers become free. 40 mana becomes 0 mana, 30 mana becomes 0 mana, 30 mana becomes 0 mana, and then we have to put something to get packaged inside this digging bolt because it's now an add trigger digging bolt. So now these modifiers are free, so when I fire my wand, never runs out of mana. Exactly what we're looking for. little nervous because I don't have teles, so the boss does thousands of melee damage if he runs me over. I'd rather not get run over. Alright, there we go. Alright, what kind of wands did he drop? Dropped garbage and garbage. Yay! I love garbage. And grab this. He drops a large extra max health, so you actually get plus 50. And he drops a free heal. So with that kill, we've now killed 6 bosses. Put this one over here. Mecha Kolmi, we can make it 7. If I can get up there, I'm moving so slow. Ooh, that guy just soaked that damage. He didn't give a fuck. That'd be funny to find teleport in here. I don't know if I've ever went to this area and actually found a teleport, like needed teleport still and then found it here. It's the resurrection bot. Okay, we're near the boss. Where is he? Oh, there he is. What's up, Mecha Kolmi? Let me murder you real quick. No! Oh, shit. We actually let him get pretty close to us. Because we don't have any explosion immunity, so he can actually one-shot us just about if we let him hit us just right. Oh! It's a little closer than I would have liked him to be, but, you know, what can you do about it? Alright, he drops a perk, Spatial Awareness, which you can... It's basically a map that he drops, and whenever you stand still, you can look at the map. He always drops the exact same thing. He's not like some of the other bosses where they have, like, their, you know, various loots that they give you. His is always the same. It's just that one perk. So then we head on back to where we came from. Real quickly, I was glancing to see if we could get... Are you kidding me? I hate this game sometimes. Okay, better late than never, I guess. Well, it's a homemade custom tele wand. Basically, we're using the return spell, which normally when you cast the return spell, it just sits there, and then after a couple seconds, it'll pull your player to it. So we're putting a return. I mean, we're putting a Nala. It says that the duration of the projectile is set to 0. And we're putting a long distance cast, so it casts it like right here, and then it instantly times out and pulls the player to it. So this is our method for getting around now. Is there a way to teleport into solids? Yeah, there is. There's some funky methods where you can just literally teleport around in walls. There's all kinds. I mean, in Noita, there's almost always a way to achieve some like crazy, goofy... When it comes to teleporting, you could teleport an inch in front of you. You could teleport 100 parallel worlds. You could teleport 1,000 parallel worlds. It's all up to your creativity and how far you can push the builds and the spells that you have. I stopped doubting certain things would be possible once I saw like the 100th build from Kubi. That I was like, how? Every time he builds something, I'm like, this should be illegal. But whenever he made that wand that could, that you literally just made your own homemade portal system in a wand without mods, you could just create portals around the world. They're not actual portals, but they work just like a portal, like a two-way portal where you can just go back and forth. I was like, all right, well, this shit, anything is possible. Like, and it survives through like restarts and all that. Kubi's crazy. Waypoint Wand is the name. But even then, Waypoint Wands have been around for years before what Kubi said that he was actually using some builds that other people had come up with, and he just like combined it, like fused it together with an idea he had. And He actually made this one elaborate wand that was kind of like a clock. So whenever you would fire it, it would shoot like a clock around your character. Literally, you would see the points on a clock. Picture 12 points, right, around your character. Each point, you could save a location around the world, and then when you touch that spot, it would teleport you to wherever you saved in the world. I was like, I didn't even know this was possible. The clock wand goes insanely hard. Yeah, I was like, I've only built it once in one of my runs, but I still am like, how? What kind of craziness? Actual fucking magic inside Noita? Exactly. Exactly. If somebody has a clip of it, I'll show it. The wand, the clock wand. I think it was nuts. We're heading into another zone of the meat realm. This one actually has the actual meat realm boss in it, the one that protects the zone and has a curse that if you don't kill him, boom, he's dead. I know, very very simple, very straightforward. If you don't kill him, the curse persists, and I wanted to get rid of that curse. The portal system. Suzer's got a clip. Oh, he dug it up in one of some Dunk Bod's videos. New portal science. Oh shit, that was actually the clip, isn't it? The wizard. The wizard. 637. There we go. The desert. The wizard. Actually, it was 24 spots, so twice as many. 7. You have to count them out. See, look. So you fire it off. Essentially, it creates these points around you, which I guess is 24. And then you can save them in any of the points around you. And that's why you hear me saying like 637. 637. And like you could know where you saved these points around the world. I had preemptively saved this spot in the world. Yeah, Kubi designed this one. And not only that, but he said he actually made some improvements to this one that I have not done yet. So apparently there's an even better one. But yeah, that's the video. I'll link it again in case anybody... Let me link that in chat again. Thank you for digging that up, by the way, Suzadra. I appreciate you. How does it work? Dude, even... You can go back and watch that video. I was shocked. Like, the stuff, I was like, this is magic. It combines some of the tech that, like, well, I know some of it, but some of it's, like, so complicated that it's methods of... Because one of the things that is a pain is that whenever you're doing, you're telling long distances, you're telling into areas that are unloaded. So this whole portal system is trying to get around that method of being areas that are unloaded and also areas that can persist even if you... Because normally if you polymorph or something, you lose ownership of spells. But the system he made, you could even polymorph and stuff, if I remember correctly, and the portals still worked. It's crazy. Back to your corner. Oh, my bad. Thank you, Violet. I need to wrap things up. It's supposed to be a short stream today. What the hell, man? Chat, what have you done? What have you done? What about the last orb? I have the challenge for today. Sent me to 10 orbs. I'm not falling for that. I know what you're trying to do. Alright, well, I'm getting lazy as hell. So we are going for a... There's only 2 bosses left to kill. You know what? Let's kill the door boss and Kolmi. Also, I do want to grab the Bloodlust. Don't scream at me. Read Violet? What's she? Back to your corner? Oh, I keep forgetting. She keeps saying, back to your corner and spray bottle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess we can grab that. And swap the eggs. Bring in the eggs. Omega eggs. Sure. Those Omega eggs. Alright, throw the eggs at them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We threw 2 at a time. Oh, get that out of here. Back, you beast, back! could kill him super easily with black holes, but I want to kill him the old-fashioned way. Raw damage. Alright, killed them all. There's one spell drop, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that is boss number 9. Sorry, Bayhu. Leviathan will have to murder another time. And now, for the very final boss, he is a tin Orb Kolmi, so he's going to be a little bit thick. A little bit juicy. Somehow Kolmi's going to kill him. He can shoot poly shots right now. In fact, they're chaotic poly shots, so I'd rather not fuck around with them. Of course, he's summoning in like a billion minions right now. Come on, man. He's got 66,000 health, which is kind of beefy. I may have just took a piece of my health away. May have taken a piece out of myself. Oh, here we go, here we go. This is the one. This is the move. Oh shit, hide. He may have caught some of my projectiles. Hey, why does he come back over here? Come back. Oh, come on. We almost got him. Come on. Last little bit. What? I just knew that was going to kill him. Alright, here we go. Woo! Alright, we murdered him. That was the tin Orb Kolmi. So, with the Kolmi kill, this marks boss number 10. We killed the... I'll go in the order that we killed them, at least close to the order. We killed the Alchemist. Then we killed the Dragon boss. Then we killed the Pyramid boss. That was number 3.
Right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Pyramid boss was number 3. The Forgotten boss was actually number 4. Kind of a weird one to do in that order. Forgotten number 4. Number 5 was the Master of Masters. Number 6 was Tiny. Number 7 was Mecha Kolmi. Number 8 was the Meat Realm boss. Number 9 was the Door boss. And number 10 was Kolmi. Then we did 10. We have 10 orbs, 10 bosses, and we did 8 fungal shifts. And we finished those a while ago to successfully complete our roulette run for the day. Easy. Too damn easy. There we go. You did the Forgotten on a roulette run? I did. I didn't forget him. And we are going to die where the God Gamers go to die, because we would never embarrass ourselves. Read this guy. What's up? Is that Pyrrhix has a question. What should I do after beating a 31 orb run and an all boss run? Ooh, okay. Well, yeah, just know that if you've done a 31 orb and you've done all bosses, I'd say you're pretty much capable of doing anything that Noita has to throw at you. You know what I mean? Like, you've done some of the more challenging ones. Don't forget though, the longest and when I say most difficult quest, it's more about like the most information is needed. Like, you have to do everything in the correct steps and the correct order and stuff. And that would be the Sun quest. But you've done all bosses. If anything, all bosses probably has more to know than the Sun quest. The difference is with the Sun quest, it's just, it takes a long time to get it all done. While all bosses, you just need to know, you got to know each boss, how to take them on, and how to make sure you don't get yourself insted. Sun quest is just like power up, power up, power up. Once you're really powerful, you're like, all right, follow these steps, and then boom, Sun quest. But it is the longest quest in the game, so I'd say if you haven't done that one, put that on your list. Your Meat Realm is ready for your wand payload. What? Well, let's get the restraining orders ready. We did it, chat. The world is gold. Time to lock it in the God Gamer Graveyard. By the way, we had no extra life and no saving grace today, so we were always on the cusp of just a couple mistakes, and we could have died on this run. In fact, earlier I was talking about how the freezing gaze could have hurt us pretty badly. Let's get a little glimpse of that while I'm over the sun. How much damage are we talking on this? I was hoping we had double freezing gaze. You know what we could do? Nah, it's fine. So we hug the wall. Oh, you really have to hug it to hurt yourself. Yeah, look at that. See, it hurts. It'll take a piece out of you. A little bit of pain. 500 plus damage, I think, on that one. GG! And no tele wand for 90% of the run. 95% of the run. Thank you, chat, for the GGs. Noita Roulette is too easy for you. I think you should add another wheel to the roll that determines the new game plus number you need to get to. Well, there is another thing called Ask the Gods that we have with our roulette that Artorius made. And that's on the days that usually I'm like, we're willing to add a little bit extra spice. But today was more of a chill run. I just wanted to hang with the peeps, play a little bit of Noita, turn my brain off, yap about, you know me, I'm always looking to just yap about Noita. Just, it's fun just talking about a game I really enjoy. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. No, not ask the gods. Ask the gods, you degenerate piece of shit. Hold on, let me check the streaks first. Look at this good-looking crowd. That's a good-looking crowd right there. Golden yes signs. Golden yes signs going out to Dad Wrath, Psychosm, and oh, the one name I always butcher, Arakabetrovia, but something phobia. Arachibutphobia. Listen, it's kind of like arachnophobia, but it's arachibutrophobia. Butrophobia? Arachibutrophobia. Wait, what does it mean? I forget. It's a phobia of butts. Did I get it right? Anyways, congratulations to Golden Yes Sign. It's a name that I definitely recognize because I butcher it every time. Sky Smellier. Congratulations on the Golden Yes Sign. 7 yes predictions in a row. Virtual Butt. Speaking of butts, congratulations on your 7 streak Virtual Butt. You two there, Authentic Banana, Jezza, 4 Kaizen Gaming, Omnipotent. Some people call him omnipotent, but you know he prefers to go by Omnipotent. He's never told me that before, but I feel like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Phobia again with the 7 streak. Psychosm, way too Efka or way too Kefka. Garlic Waffle, Bifrost, Dad Wrath, Seaman. Congrats on the 7 predictions in a row correct. -7 going out to Wicked Squall. Congrats. Back-to-back 7s going out to Rav, Skeletron, and Catastrio. Congrats to you 3 on the back-to-back 7 streaks. And then Crude Biomass with the 3 7 streaks in a row. 21 predictions. Crude Biomass, Master 2080, Hall Glow, and Tasty Slug. Congratulations to you 4 on your 3 7 streaks in a row. Pretty good-looking group right there. Did you see Sneck has hit double digits? Yes, earlier we talked about it, Dodgy. I didn't know until earlier today. But yes, he has hit 10. You know what? I got to do another nightmare run. Maybe we do it tomorrow. I got to start increasing my nightmare win streak. I'm currently at 3. Got to improve that bad boy. Total wins, you guys, 2,601 wins. We've officially began our journey towards 2,700. I hope you guys are strapped in. And we're 98 wins to go till our next event. 98 more to go. Exclamation mark 2,601. What if there was a top secret command? One day I should hide one behind a win amount just to see if you're paying attention. Today's not that day. Today isn't the day. Don't get your hopes up. Okay, good. Okay, let me queue up the raid for Yolk. Raid's queued up for Yolksy. He is playing Noita. Don't be sad. Couldn't the St. Jude Fuck Cancer event cosmetic have a chance at coming back? I think that one, yes. In fact, there's a community member that recently went through some shit, involving cancer. I think a lot of people feel you know, they like that cosmetic, right? Because I think the internet is very indecisive on many things. They disagree on everything. But the one thing they agree on is fuck cancer. It's the one thing we can all agree on as a community. But yeah, so I want to kind of come up with a fun way to make that one maybe something that we can regularly show support and love to, you know what I mean? Because I think regularly we all kind of feel like, you know, fuck cancer. Fuck that shit. But for now, I got to come up with a good way to go about it. Got to come up with a creative way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I haven't come up with a good way to properly show love to the fuck cancer cosmetic. Anyways, raid's about to go off. I'll stop yapping. Thank you for hanging out today. I'll be back in like 15 hours or so. And yeah, stay awesome. Stay sweaty. I had low energy today, which I have a lot of these days, but you guys carried me as always. Thanks for carrying my ass. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. Sorry if I missed any subs towards the end. I feel like I missed some subs. I probably did. Like like Jonas and Malarin. Sorry, you guys. I'm a terrible streamer. I know. I'll be back, though. I'll be back in 15 hours. Yell at me then. Deuces, chat.
Thank you.